would you do anything?
From repeating the...
Fuck off. Shows it.
So you're a bit sad, actually. Yeah, that's it. The whole range.
Have you ever shaved other man's balls?
Oh, definitely. That's excellent. Did you know that if you buy a Spit and Polish Gold card, you can come as many times as you want in a week? Oh.
By April, everything was ready for the most important phase of production, the shoot. I was on my way to Hadfield, perhaps better known as Royston Vasey. Even my taxi driver seemed to belong here. He wasn't Barbara, but he could well have been Pete Postlethwaite. In fact, everything looked familiar. It was hard to tell what was Hadfield and what was Royston Vasey.
Very good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Grab some lunch.
Hello.
How
are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
More your sort of thing, isn't it? Your field. Oh! Action man. I am in a film. That's it, isn't it? Yeah?
Why are we watching this documentary, Steve? It's crap. Oh, come on, Reese. Mark likes it, don't you? Well, I'm hardly in it. Well, how do you think I feel, Mark Gatiss? No one ever sees me, Jeremy Dyson.
I imagine what their impersonation of me is. That's the thing that brings me out in a cold sweat. because the thing is that you observe them do steely cold impersonations of everybody else, you know, every kind of member of the crew anybody ever meet, you know. And so therefore you have somewhere at the back of your mind a knowledge that when you're out of the room, you know, there is probably also a steely cold, accurate impersonation of you with all your tics and neuroses boiled down into one nugget. Were you to see it, you would collapse and die.
Hi. Hi, this is my friend. He's a spastic boy.
What were we saying?
Who's
Complaints.
Complaints.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
We've only ever had one upheld complaint.
That was the Christmas special,
yeah.
What
was that? For the use of the word mong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But in our defence, we have a letter from a disabled rights group saying that the word has been reclaimed, like nigger and queer, and it is used by disabled people.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
I'm glad we used it, so I'm going to take that.
That makes out that we're sort of, you know, political.
Correct.
Well, we stumbled into it though by accident because often, you know, the Mr. Foot character in the first series. And Charity Shop. And Charity Shop, yeah, we've had letters of saying that they use these awful situations where these people are abusing members of the public.
Yeah, training videos.
Yeah, training videos to teach people how.
It's like Dixon's using David Brent from The Office in their new training videos. Yeah.
Probably telling them how to do it, you know.
Well, precisely.
Edward! Oh, hello. What's going on? What's all this shouting? We'll have no trouble here. I caught him stealing from the shop. Who is he? Is his identity known? He's not local.
Do the locals like you filming here?
They've changed a lot. They've become very nice this time. But there was a lot of hostility on the second series. There was a special town meeting convened. It's like the crazy
pitchforks.
Yeah. And there was a headline in the Glossop Chronicle, "The Plague of Gentlemen." True. People don't like the disruption, which sort of makes you want to go home, take their televisions off them and smash them and say, "How do you think it happens, you twats?"
Oh, Mark.
It's all right.
We were doing the scene in the Spit and Polish Beauty Salon outdoors, and there was a car that drove past 5 times with a really noisy exhaust, waiting for the point where action was called. And finally they got to a position and they called action and they
Really? Did that happen today?
Yeah, we watched it go around 5 times, 2 lads looking like something out of Deliverance.
That's
But not all the residents of Hadfield have a problem being invaded by a film crew the size of a tiny army. I found many of the locals only too happy to be associated with Royston Vasey. There's a trade in League of Gentlemen memorabilia that may not be roaring, but certainly is growling. Plus, there's always the chance of a visit from the odd movie star.
Oh. My name's Oshie. I'm a big fan of Christopher Eccleston, and Christopher coming here today to play a part in our filming.
Fortunate you're here, Harris. Just in time to see the unveiling. Mr. Griffin, would you oblige?
Bloody Nora! Bastard's gone live!
How did you get the part of
Part of Oshie, difficult part. I had to say Chinese curse.
Yeah.
We know many curse from grandma.
Right.
When she cooking a meal for a lost family, perhaps run out of rice, and me hear curse all the time. So
And that clinched it, did it?
that clinched pie, yeah.
Cat films are shit, everyone knows it.
What about that Don car?
Oh, fuck off, Oshie.
This is what the League of Gentlemen is to me, filming anyway. Sarah Kennedy on the radio, and sheep out the window. This is me, absolutely shattered, and it's 6:45, I've got to go.
Very well, here we go.
Where are we today?
Today we are at the crash site of the end of the League of Gentlemen Series 3. We've been here 3 days and we've done a lot of filming here because all 6 story endings converge at this point. So we've been here day after day repeating the action 6 times with 6 different characters' endings. It's very complicated. It's like 24 but no of them.
You better hurry, Paulie.
You realise I'm going to have to tell him. Some of that was good. A tit fell out.
It was nice.
Tits out. Tits often fall out when you're on mine do. I've got smaller ones, chicken livers, and like chicken fillets. They fall out and they roll along the floor. Falling's a bigger one. Yours ever fell out?
Yeah.
You've never ran as a woman, have you?
I've never run as a woman.
No.
But there's always a first time.
Yeah.
Irises are made of rice.
Rice bags.
Dugs, they're dugs. You have to pat them down. They often fall out.
Yeah. What?
And when they're due to be awake.
Today we came up with the idea of using the plastic bag which blows out of the charity shop window in the Papa Lazarus story, and what we were after was, if we were trying to get across that these 6 stories were happening in the same time period, we wanted one thing which you would remember that could occur in each of the stories, and that would really help show what we were trying to achieve. The idea we came up with was that there is an accident caused by Pauline and she's saved by Lance. We see that it was Jeff who was driving the car. Charlie is brought together with a potential partner through the accident. The result of the accident is that Alvin's crime, well, not crime, but Alvin's, well, it is a crime to bury 20 bodies in your back garden, but Alvin's crime is not discovered. And the final twist is that the person who we thought was Charlie's friend turns out to be Keith, and during the last episode we find out that Keith is in fact Papa Lazarus.
So what scene are we doing today, dear?
That's what I capture you right there.
Oh, captured again. Always the victim. Sexist.
She plays victims, don't you? You always play victims.
Always the victim, yeah. Still?
I can never get much work, you know. other than the look. They
Huh?
say
What about
I've got too strong a look.
What about the PG-13? Didn't come off?
Didn't come off. It went back to cartoon.
Oh. Shocking.
With location filming completed, the carnival upped sticks for 2 weeks on a soundstage in Leeds to shoot the interiors, as we call them in the business. While the last shots were filmed, the programmes were cut and the cast recorded any additional grunts and groans certain scenes called for. All that was left was for the Divine Comedy's Joby Talbot to write and record the music. With that, the third series was complete.
That's it. Thank you.
Mark has completed his part. Reese has completed his part. Steve Pemberton has completed his part.
The end.
Steve, thank you very much, sir.
Steve.
Fucking hell.
So that's it, we've done it, we've washed our hands of it.
Are you pleased?
Kind of. There's bits of it that are good, bits of it you just think, that's not what we really imagined, but we're too far down the line to change it. And that's nobody's fault. It is, but I can't go into that. Thing if you've gone so far, you've filmed it, you've written it, why not try to get it right as you imagined it if it's possible to do so? But then you get into there's lots of people's opinions on what is right. So how can you settle on one? You're never going to be able to do it.
The day of transmission had finally arrived, and it was time for Steve to unleash the awesome power of his devastatingly direct sales patter.
Hello, League of Gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks.
You both all right this morning?
Yes, very good.
I always think our show starts tonight, first plug, but I always find it's
I was going to mention it.
I know you were, but I always find it a bit anticlimactic the day of the first broadcast because you've had
But the final and most terrifying part of the process still lay ahead. The reading of the reviews.
So do you guys really care about your reviews then?
Oh, what do you
Passionately.
think? Have you got a preference?
No, you go first.
Now the Daily Mail is curious because
We don't want to be
against
supported by
all odds, they've actually been really good to us in the past, haven't they? Knowing that I am never going to sit through the League of Gentlemen again is fantastic. The characters are relentlessly grotesque, the plot lines, such as they are incomprehensible, the script is feeble, and the whole thing seems completely pointless. Above all, it is deeply unfunny. Perhaps I need to be taught surrealism.
Oh, I fucking hate that word. Is Dali in it?
Okay, here's The Guardian. It's local heroes.
That seems
And it's
good.
Gareth McLean. So far in the League of Gentlemen, with this third series shows Jeremy Dyson, Mark Gates, Steve Pemberton, Reece Shearsmith, bolder, funnier and more daring than ever. Fuck you, Daily Mail.
The Times.
Last year's surprise word-of-mouth comedy hit The Office begins its second series on Monday, trailing clouds of glory and glorying in clouds of trailers.
Do we know it?
Yes, right, too. The Office is great, but the concept has never been particularly original. By comparison, the third series of The League of Gentlemen, BBC Two, has arrived with very little fuss.
Fucking fuss.
This is a pity, because for my money it is by far the most original comedy since I don't know what. That's part of the trouble. There's nothing quite like it, and I'm not sure that there ever has been. Royston Vasey has plenty more to offer.
Oh, that's excellent.
Oh, well, that's good.
I've got the Guardian.
Done them.
That
Is it? Is that
brilliant.
it? Is that all we got?
Well, it's very good.
Has it been worth it? Is it too early to say?
Of course it's worth it. We got 50 grand.
The money.
I'm joking.
The money.
What a massive anticlimax.
Yeah, depressed.
Why are you depressed?
It's all gone now.
So there we go, that's what it feels like. To write a series, have it on, have it reviewed, and then you just the empty shell.
And there's a special welcome to Royston Vasey in the